Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The King Lee Way. My name is King, and today, two things. First, I went to Tommy's Burgers, and I'm gonna be eating chili cheese fries and a double chili cheeseburger, which is a heart attack in a bun. So that'll be the first thing. And the second thing is I'm going to cover 3 points about social issues in Korea going on right now. So I will break those 3 points down as I eat some food for you. So before I break down the 3 points, I'm going to open up the food. So this is a double chili cheeseburger. So let me open it up and show you how messy and dirty it's gonna get. So take a look. Oh, look at all that chili and cheese. Wow. Yeah, that is not good. This is not something I eat every day. I like to live to see the next day. This is a heart attack in a bun. So this is my double chili cheeseburger. And I have, wow, double chili cheese fries. Look at that. And I have my fork to eat out of the fries. And here is another thing. They even gave me some of these peppers. Yeah, that's gonna be hot. And of course, I must have my ketchup. And they didn't go cheap on me. They gave me 4 packets. And the reason I say, oh, they gave me 4 packets, because if you go to Korea, you have to struggle to get ketchup out of the McDonald's and Burger King over there. It's like you have to beg, please give me some more ketchup, please, more. So that's the only thing I like about the American fast food joints. You could get as much ketchup, much hot sauce as possible. So, before, I'm going to start, and I'm going to bite into this. So, my double chili cheeseburger. Taste the chili. Oh, it tastes good, but this is not good for you. Oh. Wow. Wowzers. It tastes so good. You go, and of course, sometimes you could go to the bathroom all night. So I'm gonna pay the price for this. But yeah, I love it. Ooh yeah, really good. And I got my unsweetened iced tea. Ooh yeah. Oh, so good. Now I'm gonna put some ketchup. I like to put ketchup over my chili cheese fries. So for those, here you go. Here it is. So I'm gonna take a bite out of these right here. And I'm kind of freezing cold here. It's weird. I'm usually never that cold here in SoCal, but lately it's been cold, and it's early March. I'm usually never cold in early March. I'm usually nice and, spring weather. So here's the chili cheese fries. So good. It is very good. Oh, yeah. I won't do this too often. The only reason I even stopped at Tommy's is because I wanted to do one, little mini mukbang for you guys. I ain't gonna be really too mini about it. So yeah, ooh, chili cheese fry. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Of course, it's gotten really expensive to eat at Tommy's because this is almost like a mega combo deal. So I had to pay like $13 for this. So yeah. Now, I want to talk about the first point of what's going on in Korea. And this is like more not of a social issue, but it's a health issue. The fine dust. Whew. It is, the air quality is really bad. It's getting to the point where most people are wearing masks with filters. And I've even witnessed this when I was in Thailand for 2 months. The air quality even in Thailand was really bad. And it's really has gone to the extreme. So yeah, I mean, I haven't been affected by it, but yeah, I might even start considering wearing a filtered mask when I'm out in Asia. That's the only thing I'm not liking about Asia right now is the air quality is just not that great. So the only thing that makes me happy being in Southern California right now is that I get clean air. And just the other day when I was on the Kakao Talk app with my friends in Korea, I was like, hey, look at the sky. And they're like, oh my goodness, I would love to be over there now. So I got some of my friends that are envying me because I'm in California, which I do love California. The thing I hate about California, and you all agree, is freaking expensive to live here. That's the only freaking thing about California. So that's my dislike with California. But the other parts of California, I love California. Grew up in SoCal, so yeah. Ooh, let me take another bite of this here. Mmm. 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 So good. Ooh. Oh yeah. I always like to eat one of these things. Pretty good. Ooh. Ooh yeah. Ooh, those peppers. I love them. Ooh, and then the chili cheese fries. Very good. Lots of chili. Yeah, I love their chili. Sometimes maybe I should have just bought the chili itself. But it's really good. Yeah. Yep. This is really good. Yeah. So, yep, this is really... I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna really feel it. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna put some more ketchup on top of my chili cheese fries. Yep. So wow, this is so good. Now, I want to talk about number 2. This has been like an ongoing issue. And this is not just happening in Korea, it's been happening in China and Japan. The unemployment issue for young graduates from the ages maybe 22 to 30, it's about 18%. There's not a lot of jobs for a lot of young Koreans that graduate from college. It's just so ultra competitive. It's just really just not sustainable for a lot of young Koreans. They can't afford the, 3-bedroom apartment that they're supposed to buy when they get married to a Korean girl. It's just really tough. And then, the unemployment rate is just outrageous. There's not much out there. And sometimes even, for part-time job. I've talked to like youngsters in Korea where they go, yeah, I had a job in McDonald's. One week I had 18 hours. The next week I had 3 hours. The next week I had 0 hours. Sometimes even just to get hours. And here's the thing, the wage is about maybe $6 maybe. And then with the new Moon administration, President Moon Jae-in, he got it up to, almost $7 an hour. But because of that raise, I don't know, businesses can't afford to hire more people just because of that $1 per hour raise. So it's really crazy. And the thing is, you want a job in Korea, then you are worked to death, like from 52 to 68 hours a week. So it's just I don't see a win-win situation in this point, for most Koreans. So the unemployment rate is outrageous. And then most of them try to, get into a K.A.E university, which for those that don't know what K.A.E stands for, it stands for S Seoul University, K Korigo Korea University, and Y Yonsei. That's just what is called the Ivy League universities of Korea, which, now for the public sector, if you are interviewing for a job, before you're supposed to send a photo and what university you attended. But now, as I've, worked in some of these public companies, some of my students who are the interviewers says, yeah, King, I had to do blind interviews with no photos and no universities. And what really sucks for someone that went to a Ivy League K.A.E university in Korea, they're now at a disadvantage because usually K.A.E guarantees that you get into employment. But that's not the case anymore. It's just that sustainability doesn't exist in Korea anymore, trying to, get a job for the public sector. Now in the private, yeah, if you still went to K.A.E, it still benefits you, but not really anymore because of the unemployment rate issue. And, it's hard to just get employment, Even if, you go to the big cities, it's still tough and competitive. Now, even from my perspective as an American, it's even getting competitive just to find an English teaching job that's a decent English teaching job. So it gets really, ultra competitive even on that point, So that's why I've kind of got out and I just kind of work online. And one of my jobs I do is I teach English online. So I just do that. And that's how I sustain my travels and everything else. So the unemployment rate is outrageous. It's really crazy. Most young Koreans are just maybe trying to go overseas somewhere to find an opportunity, So it's just not sustainable anymore in Korea. And the same issue in China, like for example, because China has 1 billion people, there's usually at least, 500,000 graduates with only 100,000 jobs available. So I even, talk to some of my Chinese students that I teach English online. They tell me they already know this at 16. They're just like, yeah, I just gotta do my best, learn as much English as possible, graduate from a decent university and see if I get picked. So it's just becoming unsustainable. So now you see why, since China is a big powerhouse of economics now, they're starting to now buy all our property here in the United States, like in Vancouver, like in the 626 is mostly, a Chinese, neighborhood. So, they're trying to come out here. So it's really not sustainable in those countries. So, yeah. So that's like the number two issue in Korea about the employment. All right, let me dig into this a little bit more. Yummy. This is so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself right now. Have me one of these peppers. Wow. Wowzers. Ooh. I gotta have me some more chili cheese fries. I'll do my best to finish as much as I can. So once I get to my 3 points, then that will be it. And for those that don't know what Tommy's is a hamburger franchise here in Southern California. So the original one was on Rampart and 3rd Street, right in the heart of LA. And most Tommy's, majority of them are open 24/7. So it is great. Like for example, this morning, it's almost 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. I've actually been up since 4 in the morning. I taught 3 hours of English online. And then I had to drop my mom off. So since I had a car, I said, hey, I'm going to stop at Tommy's. And now I'm here doing this mukbang for you. So yeah. Oh yeah, this is a heart attack waiting to happen. But I love their chili cheese fries. So I do this once or twice a year, Tommy's. Oh yeah. So cool. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh yeah. Not gonna go eat this place for a while. So good. Oh yeah. Yep, so it's known for the world famous chili burgers. Yeah, that's what Tommy's is known for. See, the original Tommy's, that's what the place looked like. And that's what it still had. They still have this little building hut right there back in Rampart and 3rd. But the one I went to was here in the valley. So since I live in of course I live in LA County, but I live a little north. But not too far from where that Tommy's was. As a kid, I used to live near that 3rd and not 3rd and, well, I'm sorry. I remember I said 3rd and Rampart. It's not on 3rd and Rampart, but it's 3rd and that one street I just can't remember. 3rd and Rampart is where I used to live. So I'm sorry for giving the wrong information. But there's a Tommy's. You could still Google it. And I think it might be 3rd and Beverly, but I'm not 100% on that, because it's been a while since I've been back there. There used to be a Taco Bell there too. So yeah. Now I want to break down the 3rd point, the social issue. And of course Korea might surpass Japan on this, but I think it's 1, 2 in either order. It is now known for super low birth rate. Yeah. The women are just mostly not getting married and having kids. They're mostly in their careers. And it's getting tough. So that's one of the reasons the government's trying to say, hey, have some kids. Because now they're only averaging 1.1 kid per family, which is very low. And then, of course, it's not just an issue in Korea and Japan, but it's starting to become an issue in other countries, some in Europe. So, but right now, Japan and Korea is 1 and 2 in the world for a low birth rate. So it's less and less kids. So for those that are curious about, oh, I want to teach English in Korea. Well, the future does not look bright. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I saw this writing on the wall, a few years ago. That's what made me kind of get out. of the ESL industry in Korea. I see the writing on the wall. Like, for example, those that are going into the EPIC program, which is EPIC stands for English Program in Korea. You know, there isn't going to be too many of those EPIC jobs probably in the next 10 years. It's going to slowly dwindle out. Now, this was started in 2008 during the Lee Myung-bak era. But when K.A.E took over in 2013 and then got impeached 2 years ago, they've been trying to kind of dwindle down on the EPIC program. So, for example, if you sign up with EPIC, you know, especially if you're from the 7 primary English-speaking countries, yeah, sometimes if you get a job in the countryside, there's a chance that there won't be a job after your 1-year contract because, you know, there's not enough kids. So that's happened to some of my friends in Korea. They just didn't get their contract renewed because of, you know, there's no funding for it. And plus, you know, you're the only token foreign teacher in the countryside compared to being in a bigger city, you know. So it's tough. The EPIC, I mean, it's a public school job. It's pretty neat, but it's going to go like this. The Hagwons will still exist, but that's even a fight too right now. It's just dwindling. And even, you know, if you want a university job in Korea, that's even getting scarier and scarier each year we go by because, you know, we're not having enough kids, you know, and it's scary because by maybe 2025, maybe 1 out of 5 is going to be an elder. And a side note to that, like public transportation, you know, it's free for seniors. But the problem is when we have too many seniors getting free public transportation, there's not enough money. A lot of money's not being generated. A lot of revenue is not being generated in that situation. And for example, you know, my father who lives in Korea, you know, he gets free public transportation. You know, even if he both holds 2 passports, he's a Korean and an American. So he's, you know, gets the free, you know, public transportation. But sooner or later, if we're not generating enough revenue, it makes it hard. And sometimes now the public transportation fees kind of, you know, being risen every couple years, like the taxi fee risen another 50 cents. You know, that makes a difference. And I've been noticing the differences when I'm taking the public transportation. And sooner or later, you know, right now, if you use a card, I'm paying $1.25 in Korea. But don't be surprised if it goes up to $1.50 by next year, or almost $2 in about 2 or 3 years from now. I could see it being $2 just to take one ride on a card, and without a card, I could see it being $2.50 in another 2 years. So it's getting really hard, you know, especially when we have that low birth rate, not enough kids coming up. It's scary. You know, if Korea continues a route, they're going to extinct themselves out of being Korea for what it is. So it's really scary. So government's trying to do something, but we'll see what happens. So those are one of the social issues too, you know. So that's why I kind of, you know, work for like a few Chinese companies and I teach Chinese kids because there's still a lot of kids in that market no matter what. So China's like Korea and Japan like 10, 15 years ago. So they're in the good old times right now. But sooner or later, because of the low birth rate, a lot of things are going to change. And especially in the ESL industry, it's going to really change. So I just want you to know that. Okay, so let me take another bite or two, and then I'm going to call it quits here. So here's my double chili cheeseburger. All right, good. And I'm going to take one more. So I'm not really a mukbanger where I can eat everything. I just try to eat as much as I can. So here you go. Mmm. Mmm. Pretty good. Mmm. Oh, that was nice. So, one more thing, let's recap the 3 points that I've talked about. First, right now in Korea, we have the fine dust, which is the bad air quality going on. So, hopefully something will shift. Number 2, we have this unemployment issue for young graduates from like 22 to 30. That's still going on in Korea. And plus, kind of like catching around the world too. It's not just a Korean issue, but yeah, it's an issue almost around the world. And number 3, the low birth rate. Right now, Korea and Japan is 1 and 2, or whatever order you put them. And there's other countries that are following where it's a low birth rate. So, yeah. So most of the issues in Korea could be spread worldwide. So, just wanted to keep that in mind. So, hopefully, if you enjoyed the content that I provided, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon for future videos. So, I want to wish everyone, wherever you are in the world, a nice day. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!